Larry Nassar will spend the next 60 years behind bars, and now his victims are turning their attention to Michigan State University. Many of the victims say they feel betrayed by MSU because the university hasn't come to help them, and they're not sure it ever will. Christopher Lane was at this morning's sentencing hearing and talked with some of the women who are suing him.
I just want them to say something. Yes, we understand, we're sorry, just something.
The 5 victims who spoke Thursday are suing MSU and USA Gymnastics in civil court. They don't feel like the university will be able to protect girls or help the victims of sexual assault on campus without major changes.
The disrespect shown towards us as victims is a clear example of how Larry was able to stay in his position of authority at MSU for as long as he did.
MSU denies disrespecting the victims. In an email, the university's spokesman says, quote, "As our president has said, we recognize the pain sexual violence causes and deeply regret any time someone in our community experiences it." The statement goes on to say MSU will tell police immediately if it finds any employee knew about Nassar's conduct. The victims are grateful that Nassar will spend the rest of his life in prison.
Because of Judge Neff's actions today, little girls won't have to look at themselves in the mirror and beg themselves to stop shaking. When every bone and every organ and every fiber of your being is disgusted and terrified of what has happened to you, all they can do is tremble and shake and try to escape, and he will spend his life behind bars.
But they say that's not enough. They say Michigan State ignored them in the past. Now they want the university to admit it.
It would do so much, like it would relieve so much. It would help me to just feel like at ease if you would just admit what you know. Admit that I came to you, I said something to you, I spoke out to you. Just tell your side of the story.
And that was Christopher Lane reporting. It looks like their civil lawsuit against Michigan State, USA Gymnastics, Twistars, and Larry Nassar will go to trial. Mediation talks failed to bring both sides to a settlement. We talked to Nassar's lawyers after the hearing. They told us Nassar will be appealing the 60-year child pornography sentence a judge gave him this morning. His legal team asked the judge for leniency and tried to show that their client is working to turn his life around in prison. Obviously, that didn't work, and Nassar will never be a free man again.
He's devastated, just like anybody would be who just received essentially a life sentence. He's devastated. I don't know how else to characterize it other than, I mean, he's devastated.
Nassar will get new lawyers for the appeals process. His current legal team will still represent him when he's sentenced in Ingham and Eaton County next month. He faces up to 40 years in prison at each hearing.